Buttering your brain with a toast of hot topics. Houston's Morning News continues.
It is 7:47. Thanks for making us a part of your morning. Matt Patrick, Sheriff Fryer, Dusty Staub with Staub Leadership International joining us this morning. All right, we're talking about bad bosses, Dusty. I mean, I've got the greatest bosses in the world while this microphone's open. You know what I'm saying, Dusty?
That's great, man.
But your organization actually goes in and tries to help people be better bosses and create leadership teams. So is there anything to this study that a bad boss might actually make you strive for, higher levels just to prove them wrong?
Yes, actually, there is something to that. I was a psychotherapist before I went into consulting and did marital and family therapy and other things. And so I've worked with people at all levels, CEOs in Fortune 50 companies all the way down to small mom and pop shops and family work. And what I found is that sometimes a bad role model can actually be really good. For example, you can learn all the things not to do. You can learn all the things that, you say, this really feels bad. I can see how it's affecting everybody else, because people talk behind a bad boss's back. The bad boss never gets the feedback to their face because, one, they wouldn't listen. Two, there's a fear they'd be punished. Three, they don't seem to care, and they're therefore clueless. And so people talk behind their back. So if someone's alert and paying attention, if they're talking to people, say, okay, not do that, not be that, and that can actually be good for your career.
Now, you were a marriage therapist and a therapist before you're doing what you're doing. I would assume that relationships between employees and their bosses, much like a marriage, you know what I mean, or a family situation, because you spend that much time with them.
I compare it to most organizations to large, extended dysfunctional families.
Right. Yeah, you ought to come here. Well, we are a dysfunctional family here.
Hey, you have great bosses there, I understand.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
they're the best.
Yeah. So the key is, I think, that staying alert, of course, a great boss, you get the best performance from the most people and the most teams for people, bosses who listen, who care, who are competent, confident, and are willing to empower people, have people step up. But bad bosses can create good leaders down the road if people stay alert. And usually that happens when someone rebels and they go, I'm going to show them. I'm going to prove something to them. I'm not going to let this person define me. The people who are compliant and obedient and don't have that streak of being a rebel, they don't get any benefit from a bad boss. They just go downhill.
Yeah, and you know what? I think the best revenge, I always say, if you have a bad boss or anyone in your life that's trying to hold you back, the best revenge is living well, is doing well. And so if you do well, if you succeed in spite of them, that is the best form of revenge. You get a tremendous amount of satisfaction.
Absolutely. And when you walk around carrying resentment or frustration for somebody, you're hurting yourself. It's like the saying of taking rat poison and hoping it'll kill a rat.
Right. Right.
You want to focus on, what can I take from this situation, good or bad, that will make me stronger? What can I take in the situation to have a better life so I'm not defined by this person's bad behavior?
Dusty?
That's the essence of mental health and effectiveness.
Well, we appreciate you having us on. I think you've made everybody feel a little bit better when they go in today and confront that bad boss. Dusty, I appreciate your time this morning, sir.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Let's take a look at traffic and weather together. Kevin James?
Yes, sir. We do have an accident. It's on the North Freeway, causing some heavy...